The leader I have chosen to evaluate is Elon Musk. Who is Elon Musk, I hear you ask? Elon Musk is termed the modern-day Iron Man. Musk was born in South Africa in 1971. Growing up, he had a rough childhood because he was bullied as a kid because he was smart, but he took refuge in his books and had big dreams of space travel. Musk was tested by IBM at 10 years old and had one of the highest competency scores they have ever seen for computer programming. He was even ahead of his own IT teacher and managed to learn a 6-month programming book in only 3 days. By the age of 12, he had created and sold a computer game to a magazine for $500, or $1,200 by today's inflation. Musk moved to Canada at 17, and then eventually to America, where he completed his studies at the University of Pennsylvania, where he studied economics and physics. And after graduating, he then went to Stanford to complete his PhD in physics. However, he dropped out after only 2 days because he didn't want the internet craze to pass before he had his chance to improve and capitalize on it. After dropping out, he quickly established his first company, Zip2, which provided online newspapers with maps and business directories. He sold the company in 1999 for $307 million. However, he wasn't satisfied with the impact that the company he made, so within months he created another company called X.com, which was an online payment company, which eventually became PayPal, which was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock. In 2002, he founded SpaceX Technologies, which creates vehicles, primarily rocket technology. Musk channeled all of his money into the project, and now SpaceX currently has a $1.6 billion contract with NASA. Musk then began to fund Tesla, who are pioneers in high-performing electric cars. In 2013, Elon introduced his latest endeavour, the Hyperloop, which is a form of transportation, basically a super train which uses magnets and pressurised containers to travel at insanely fast speeds, allowing them to travel from one side of America to the other in just a few hours. Despite his overall success, there were lots of bumps along the way. During 2008, Tesla almost went bust due to perceptions of electric cars, which he smashed by creating an electric car which was not only effective, but also scored 5.4 out of 5 on safety. During the same year, SpaceX had 3 launch failures, and a failure on the 4th would have meant game over. However, it was a success. Musk was named one of the 75 most influential people of the 21st century in 2013. Musk has also signed the Giving Pledge, which means that he gives most of his wealth to philanthropic endeavours. Work hard. He lived in the office of his first job and worked constantly to perfect the website. Work every waking hour, he says. He works between 70 to 100 hours a week. Never give up. Even after his 3rd failure, he powered through and refused to give up until he's dead. So now we know a bit about his background, but what makes him a good leader? And what is the difference between a manager and a leader? Bernard M. Bass states that management is not only leadership, nor is leadership only management. However, those appointed to a position of responsibility as managers need to appreciate what leadership is expected of them. A leader is someone who works with a group and helps guide them to achieve the desired result. Looking at this leadership grid, Elon has an extremely high concern for production and the task at hand. He does have a high concern for people because he pushes them, however, many of his staff may find this frustrating. Elon has been known to work with engineers for many months at a time, up to 100 hours a week, on something simply because he pushed them to do so, and then out of nowhere, Musk will change his mind and scrap the whole project. So what are some qualities that a leader should have? They should be determined, such as when Elon had 4 attempts at launching his rocket. He failed the first 3, but he didn't give up. He pushed on and succeeded in the 4th attempt. Self-confidence. He took a risk in dropping out, but believed in himself. Musk understands that failure is part of the process, but you should work on something that you love or believe in. According to Charles Handy, a good leader should possess intelligence, initiative, self-assurance, and also the helicopter factor. Elon uses a very participative leadership style. He is always available to his employees to discuss any issues, and he takes their input on board. He provides his subordinates with a lot of responsibility. He works up to 100 hours a week, so it's important to him that everyone understands their role and carries out their duties effectively. Elon takes an ethical approach to his leadership style, however. He has been known to push his employees, which many may find frustrating. He had good intentions, however. He may have seemed ineffective after not one, not two, but 3 unsuccessful launches. However, he nailed it on the 4th and finally achieved his goal. So overall, I'd say Elon is an ethical and effective leader. I would say that Musk has a high directive and high supportive behaviour approach, and therefore he would have a coaching style. He would also require high competence and high commitment to his work. It could be argued that this is only because he operates in a unique and highly technical environment, therefore he would need to be very hands-on. Elon would be described as a transformational leader. He is extremely charismatic and passionate about his projects. He knows what his vision is and shares it to his employees to provide a sense of mission. He is also quite inspiring and communicates quite high expectations of his employees. In a high-tech industry such as Tesla or SpaceX, it is important for Elon to be intellectually stimulated. This then promotes intelligence and careful problem solving. In conclusion, I think that Elon is an effective leader simply for his passion and his vision. He works for the people. If he was simply after financial gain, then he could have retired after he sold PayPal and lived his life as a multimillionaire. But instead, he works on projects to restore our planet or to even explore others. I think Elon Musk will become a household name within the next 20 years, simply due to his technological advancements. Thank you for watching.